Thanks for joining us again. This is Tim Gable here at Conveyer and Caster Equipment for Industry. Want to share some industry insights. Today we're going to focus on safety in the workplace. So we've got one of our outside account managers, Sean Sarge, who's going to share some industry information with us today on what he sees out there, and hopefully you'll find it helpful.
Thanks, Tim. Like Tim said, I'm Sean Sarge. I've been with Conveyer and Caster for 22 years. I'm in and out of a lot of facilities. I help customers a lot of time keep people safe within their facility. As you walk around a facility, people are almost always on their phone. They're not paying attention to forklifts running around them or dangerous machinery. Many companies, they're instituting safety committees, and having a safety equipment expert as part of the team is a great way to make sure the solutions are as safe as they can be. One thing you got to keep in mind is one injury prevented through safety initiatives pays for a whole project. According to the National Safety Council, the average worker injury claims, workman's comp claims, can total $41,353.
Sean, thank you very much. That's some great information for us to consider. As you're running into these opportunities to add some safety for customers, what are some of the things you end up talking about? What kind of products, what kind of solutions for them?
You know, Tim, one thing that I see a lot of times, because I'm concerned for my own safety, and I'm in and out of a lot of facilities, and I'm not familiar with their process. There's a lot of equipment running around. I like when they have areas sectioned off for guardrails. It's much more reassuring for me when I can walk through a facility in a designated area and I'm protected by guardrails. Usually my head's on a swivel looking around just to keep safe, but the guardrails make it a lot easier. The guardrails can also prevent damage to a lot of their equipment. So there's a lot of features you could get with guardrail. They're very easy to install and relatively inexpensive compared to, like we said before, a workman's comp claim.
In addition to the guardrail you just mentioned, what kind of other products might you see, especially to keep people safe around dangerous machinery or the like?
Yeah, Tim, machine guarding is very important to have in a facility. You can have some very catastrophic injuries from dangerous machines, and the machine guarding will protect and keep people safe as well. If they have pallet rack throughout their facility, we can put a rack back on the back of the pallet rack, which keeps product from falling off and can injure other employees or people walking by.
That's some great stuff. I know that sometimes even protecting for access into the plant, like do they offer something to, where drivers are coming in, truck drivers, that kind of stuff for access?
Yes, we can offer, we offer driver's cages, which that's a great point you bring up. It's very important to put a driver's cage in, protect your company, visitors, and other warehouse or building personnel. If you fail to restrict building access, that's a huge potential risk for accidents in your facility, especially if they're not a trained employee. Driver's cages would also protect your inventory.
Thanks, Sean. That's some good stuff there. Anything else that kind of comes to mind when you're talking about safety that you'd want to share with someone watching today?
Pretty much everything we just discussed, Tim. Just if you need help looking to keep employees safe, close off restricted areas, just keep an overall safe workplace. And if that sounds like something that I can help you with, or we can help you with, please feel free to reach out to us and we would be glad to help.
Thank you very much, Sean. That's great information. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hello and welcome again. My name is Trevor Storer with Conveyer and Caster, and I'm here today with Tim Gable.
Yep, and we're here to talk about the value of ergonomic casters. Our colleague Brad Kish is going to also contribute to this discussion.
For those of you out in the audience that are running operations or in charge of your business, very well know the potential for someone to get injured doing their job, and how that affects the business. And it can certainly leave a gap in your ability to fulfill customers' needs.
Yeah, what we've seen is that the top reported injuries, especially in 21 and 22, are from overexertion, bodily reaction to that. And these are leading to a lot of expense. The National Safety Council says that could be leading to as much as $20,000, $30,000 on average for one of these injuries in both expense related to the medical coverage and workers' comp claims.
And one of the ways we certainly can prevent them is by evaluating your equipment, inspecting your casters, and really just kind of looking at the items in your factory to see what are you moving manually with carts and how we can prevent injuries by maybe perhaps putting on a better ergonomic caster.
Absolutely, Trevor. It really is a great starting point. As we see in many facilities, the repetitive pushing, pulling, and turning of carts and equipment can result in strains. These materials need to keep moving though, right? And not everything can be automated. Although we do help many customers with that, with semi or fully automated solutions. But again, today we're talking specifically about casters and how they can be a game changer in your day-to-day safety. When you're looking at casters and trying to make something easier to move, many start with just the wheel. While the wheel is a critical component of making that ergonomic improvement, additional benefits are also derived from the type of rig and bearings used.
Yeah, thank you for mentioning that, Brad. Some of the rigs that are common out there are just the standard old dual ball raceway kingpin rig. It's pretty much your common industrial rig. Can't handle as much abuse as if you would go to a king pinless rig. A king pinless rig is designed with ball bearings all around the swivel section to help balance out the load, handle more abuse, and it's going to end up performing even better in the long run. Kind of the next step in the evolution is to go to a maintenance-free precision ball bearing rig. This allows for much smoother swiveling. It's going to give it a quiet roll. And the maintenance-free is a key thing. You don't have to worry about greasing these rigs down the line. A lot of times that stuff gets skipped.
Thanks, Tim, and great summary. We continue to see customers gravitate towards kingpinless rigs for that greater capacity and a 20 to 30% improvement in ergonomic value over those traditional kingpin rigs you talked about. We're also seeing more and more customers go to those maintenance-free solutions and pick up another 10 to 15% in ergonomic value over the kingpinless rigs.
Yeah, now that we've covered rigs, Brad, what are you seeing as far as the wheels that are starting to change the game in the complete caster solution?
Yeah, that's a great question, Trevor, and obviously a key component. We have three types that we're going to talk about and have become increasingly popular. So we'll tackle them real quick from least to greatest in capacity. So for lighter loads and carts where shock absorption is desired, we have our Performa and Extra Soft Performance rubber wheels. You use those with precision ball bearings, and they are a really popular choice for these lighter duty applications. They will actually reject the debris, so you don't pick up those nails, screws, metal shavings, whatever might be around your floors. So that's our lighter duty option. For the more industrial and higher capacity carts and equipment, and our favorite wheel, our max efficiency wheel is our go-to. Handles up to 2,500 pounds and available from 4-inch to 10-inch diameters. And it was specifically designed and formulated to provide best-in-class ergonomics and durability. It's got a really lively tread material that's both chemically and mechanically bonded to a precision machined aluminum core, and that actually returns energy back into the wheel as it moves. So very resilient material. And it's extremely easy to move because of this, its shape, and the quiet sealed precision ball bearings within it. It's also extremely floor protective, is towable, maintenance-free, and outlasts the leading competitor by double. The last wheel we're going to cover just quickly is our precision machined industrial nylon NX wheel. It's the hardest wheel of the mix, but it's the ideal replacement for steel wheels. So when you need floor protection and high load capacities, this is a rock star. These wheels can handle up to 7,200 pounds and feature the sealed precision ball bearings for easy rolling. Because of their hardness, though, they will not roll over floor debris easily, like the previously mentioned urethane wheels. But they are an industry favorite and workhorse.
That's some great information there, Brad, and a good recap of what we're seeing with popular ergonomic solutions. As with any application, ensuring that you select the right size rig and wheel to safely and most ergonomically accomplish your goal is key. Our in-house and field experts, we're ready to help should you need that support out in the field to make sure that you've got the right solution for your application.
Today, I hope you found this quick overview and discussion helpful. And as Tim mentioned, please contact us at any time in the near future for any additional support, quick shipments on our trusted ergonomic casters that will help better protect you and your employees' business. Welcome to another episode of Industry Insights. I'm here with Tim Gable and also Tyler Storr. And today we're going to talk a little bit about automation, conveyance, and some other new and exciting things in our industry. So today we have our expert Tyler joining us. Tyler spent 4 years with Amazon and has a lot of experience with some of the things we're going to talk about today. So kind of turn it over to Tim to ask a few questions to lead it off.
Yeah, Tyler, why don't we just start by just telling us a little bit about what automation really means? What are we talking about?
Yeah, so automation can really be anything from conveyors and even a flow system that doesn't even have any power to it to all the way up to robotics, palletization, things like that. In the warehouse space, it's just a range of all different products, all different types of implementation. You could have software involved, WES, WMS, or non-software solutions that just move product around and simple things like that.
Is there a place that's too small to start, or can you just start with little bits and then add up, especially if you've want to taste test it?
Yeah, so a lot of our customers come in and have an entire idea of how the system works or what they may want. And then we start laying things out, and maybe we're throwing robotics in there, maybe we're throwing all this automation, and they realize that their process isn't truly big enough. So then they're not going to see our ROI in that system for years, which means it's not going to be worth it. But you could eliminate a person in a non-value added activity, move them to something that adds more value to the company, and add in a conveyor here or a conveyor there, and you can build out segments of a full system that you see an ROI on that smaller section, but then as you ramp up production, as you start getting to higher and higher volumes, things like that, you can add in the different components and see better ROIs and get into more automation. That's how we build it out for our customers, as this can be added onto, or this is a small segment of a bigger picture, and we're building it to be, or make it a scalable solution.
Yeah, one of the other things you mentioned was putting people in the right place. A lot of times people hear automation and they think, well, we're going to lose a lot of jobs, or people are going to be losing jobs. People don't need to be afraid that this is taking the place of people. It's just allowing people to get into better positions.
Yeah, so through my experience at Amazon, we were automating everything we could, but we still had 5,000 people in our building. The automation was meant to make these people more efficient, get more production through, and that's the goal of a lot of these. It's not to eliminate a person from your company. It's either to make people more efficient, or take that person that's literally just moving a box that anyone can do, take that person, move them into a higher level role, maybe pay them more, add more value to the business. And again, it's mainly just to increase production, increase efficiencies with that same handicap.
So you would kind of wrap it up that automation would be to work smarter, not harder, perhaps? Mm-hmm. And also maybe recommendation is to start small and kind of grow the automation along with the business.
The key is starting small. You don't want to take on a bigger project, because it does require a lot from the customer if you're doing a large automation project, to be able to integrate and change their processes to go along with the system. So if you're biting off small segments at a time, it helps also with the bandwidth of the employees or the managers that are running the project. They can get through that, communicate the change to the employees, and then maybe implement another one in the future and keep communicating and make sure there's no issues in the operation itself.
Excellent.
Yeah, Tyler, that's some great information. What I would suggest for anyone watching this that's interested in getting more information, just reach out to Conveyor and Caster, and we'll see about next steps. We can get on site, look at your application, and make some recommendations. Thank you for watching.
Thank you for allowing us to spend some more time with you and have another industry insight episode.
Yep, thanks for having me on.